The truth is that a lot of us are getting our prayers wrong. A lot of us do not really know how to pray. And that is what we'll be talking about today. And there's a popular quote, or there's a quote, might not be as popular, but there's a quote. I've forgotten who made that quote. And the quote goes, "It is more important that people learn how to pray than they get a college education." And if you take note of what I just said, it is not saying it is more important to get a college education. It is saying it is more important to learn how to pray than to get a college education. So this tells us how important it is to know how to pray. Prayer is, we pray to God, right? So what else would be more important than our connection with God? And that is what we are talking about today. So today's date is April 24th. Hello guys, my name is Ewero Raphael. I'm founder at Kego, and Kego streamlines global education for ambitious international students. And our verse in focus for today is from the book of Luke chapter 11 verse 1. And it says, "And it came to pass that as he was praying in a certain place, when he seized one of his disciples, when he ceased, one of his disciples said unto him, Lord, teach us how to pray." We need to ask God, for the wisdom. We need to ask God to teach us how to pray. We need to ask God to teach us how to pray. That said, for this devotion, he's saying that, it is really a sorry thing for people that do not know how to pray. And when the crisis of life come, they know how to say words, but then just spouting off words into the atmosphere is not praying. I'm reading from this material, The Faithful Devotions by Kenneth Hagin. Kenneth Hagin is saying here that just spouting words into the atmosphere is not praying. Is not praying. You simply talking into the air is not praying. Taking up 20 minutes on a Sunday morning, giving God a homily on what his duties are towards the church is not praying. And giving the congregation a lecture, pretending to be praying to God, is not praying. So he's saying Christianity from a practical side is a living religion whose believers are in touch with the living God who hears and answers prayers. And prayer may be defined as joining forces with God the Father, fellowshipping with him, carrying out his will upon the earth. Praying is joining forces with God the Father, carrying out his will upon the earth. It is of utmost importance that all Christians, including you and I, learn how to pray. That's the end of the devotion. Don't ask me. I think Kenneth Hagin was just vexed on this day when he wrote this chapter, because when we continue it, I hope we'll continue it by in tomorrow's devotion, basically, right? Forgive me. So I hope we'll continue there. That's all for the devotion for today. That's what I was said. And I actually was expecting more, to be honest. I mean, if you even know the concept, well, perhaps you can now break it down and tell us what to do. But hopefully we'll do that in the next devotion for the day. But quickly, let's take our confession, guys. I am in touch with the living God who hears and answers prayers. I fellowship with him. I join forces with him in carrying out his will upon the earth. So when we pray, we are joining forces with God for to carry out his will upon the earth. And that is one major takeaway from this devotion for today. Have a nice day, guys. Like I said, today is April 24th, and have a nice day. Bye bye.